So we did enter this trade right here at the green cross. After, again, like I mentioned, after the candle closed. So we're in this trade on these accounts here. I didn't know that I had a PA account on this one. So yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get filled on this one. Good. Got filled there for 1380. So we just made a good bit here on that. I had a lot of them selected. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow, that was huge trade. Holy moly, that thing was bigger than I expected. I forgot that I had all those selected. Woo-wee, a lot of trade. Awesome. That was a good sneaky trade right there. Okay, so let me try to unpack what just happened there. That was a bit of a surprise for me too. Because I have this screen kind of small, I'm not able to really get a good view of what I've got going on here though. But anyway, the leader count was this one here, 106 that we set up together, and it's still active. If it gets another entry, we're in again. But I have all these selected here, and they go alphabetical. So these are A's, your PA accounts are down here. But I had those selected too. So we took that one trade with all these accounts at the same time. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 accounts trade at the exact same time. And we made that trade. We made $1,300 and whatever dollars with that one trade, but again, I copied it to all 9 of those. So right there's about probably like $12,000 to $15,000. Way to go, Auto Trader and Trade Copier. Wow, that was a surprise. I was setting stuff up earlier, and I was trading those PAs, but I didn't have any trades. So when it jumped in earlier, when we set these other ones up, they were still selected. I'm going to deselect those PAs because you only need to trade that one a day. I don't need more trades out of those today. Whew. That was awesome. Holy moly. Way to go, Rory Powers. Did you see that? That was a good little trade. See how those little trades can be significant. Way to go, Roo. Thank you. Yeah, this, and Apex really rolled out the red carpet for us so that they made it easier. They made it a lot easier to try to do that, like one quick trade and really try to pile in a big chunk of cash. So, okay, good deal. So now I've got, those PA accounts are a lot closer to payday, and we got a trade down today, so that's really good. And we've got those evals halfway there. Not halfway, about 1/3 of the way there. So we'll kind of do what we typically do with trade and just kind of relax and take a look at the market and see what the next opportunity might be.
Order filled.
For this strategy, we wait for this yellow line right here to come back into the red down here, because we have to be in alignment with this 50 right here. This is a 50 moving average, and we won't take a trade into it on this strategy. I don't think I have it set up for that, so shouldn't take this trade here. We'll see. Pretty sure I don't have it set up for that. So we'll have to kind of wait for it to come all the way down and then go back up if it's still green, the 50. So we got to be in alignment. So we have some market structure here that we try to only trade in our best opportunity. Kind of looking at the leaderboard today, we have the for client strategies, the RTY looks like it's the lead dog today, followed by some YMs, and then we do have a couple NQs up there. Hey, good morning. Kind of let me show you a little bit about the software. That's a good question there. I'll try to unpack what I've got on the screen here. This is the NinjaTrader 8 platform. I'm the owner of the company, Mark Miller, and we develop software for trading. This is the futures market. Most of you probably know that. It's the NQ that I'm trading right here specifically with prop accounts. I'm using Apex as the prop firm, and they're running a really great special right now. It's 90% off. So I pulled in a whole bunch of evals over the weekend, and I have quite a few PAs. I think I have 9 right now or something. But anyway, the software that we develop is these strategies, automated strategies over here that take trades for you automatically. So it jumps in for you, and you can leave the stops and targets static, and it'll try to either get to the stop or the target. And we have a lot of different progressions throughout the trade where the stop might trail or break even and pop up and make a little bit of cash. So a lot of different strategy setup stuff down here in the strategies. And then over here in this window, this is Apex's RTrader Pro dashboard. So if you buy any Apex accounts, you get this free dashboard that kind of keeps you up to speed of your accounts. Does the P&L, the balance. This is a huge dashboard. I can kind of break it out and show it, but it's giant. It shows way more information than you need to know. I just always put it down to the critical few. But there's a couple of things that are very important inside this dashboard. For me, the only things that I really worry about are P&L and account balance. There are very important things here, right? The active, if it's still active, or if it's, I think it says administrator only if you lose it. So Dan, I think, asked earlier, if we do lose one, I'm going to show you the whole process and how to delete it out of the
order filled
APEXATF.com, Apex Trader Funding website. If we do lose one, we'll go do that together. But down here, these are eval accounts, these ones. And then if they say PA in front of them, they're a paid account, paid prop account. And I trade the $50,000 accounts now. I've tried a lot of different ones. This one seems to be my favorite. It has the best risk to reward ratio. What I mean by that is to get to profit, you need $3,000 of profit. To your loss, you can lose up to 2,500. So it's almost a 1-to-1. If you look at a lot of the other ones, they're much different. The ratio is a lot different. So I typically I've gravitated towards this $50,000 account. Right now, I think today's the last day. They may come out with more. Who knows? They run their promotions on a regular basis, but I think they said today would be the last day for the 90% off. So we'll see. But I've been able to buy those accounts for, I think it's $18 is what they end up being. I think it's 17 and some change. So the rules behind the 50,000 that are very important is that to get actually a paycheck for $2,000, I need to get this one to 53,000, which I did. I'm over that. It's over by 686 bucks. But I need to trade it for 10 days now. So I need to trade it today and then 10 more days, 9 more days to then ask for the $2,000. So they've got a set of rules that you need to follow to get the paychecks, but that's how these ones work specifically. So we'll get this set back up in here and kind of look forward to the next trade. So we won't get that trade. I'll go ahead and set the cross up to represent again when we'll be in those trades and not. Right now I kind of set it up for a discretionary trade, so we can do that too. Discretionary is the same word as manual trades, so I've heard both words. I typically use the word manual, but I think maybe the professional word is discretionary. I'll take a trade if it breaks out of this pivot right here. I like trades that break out of the pivots. Those seem to be pretty good trades. Yeah, Dan, that's exactly right. Thanks for mentioning that. They're 90% off for the first month, and then 80% recurring after that. Yeah. I do have a passcode. I don't know it. I think we put it in the chat below. If you don't mind, maybe, from what I understand, if you just click on that link that we put in there, I believe if you haven't had an account there, you can just go set up your account, and then you can put in any passcode, I believe, and it will give us a kickback. I believe they pay pretty good too, actually, from what I remember. I think their affiliate program, and maybe someone out there in the chat knows better than I do. Anybody can be affiliate, by the way. If you're interested, you can be an affiliate at Apex Trader Funding. But I believe, I should know the rules, I think it's 15% that they give you a kickback on. So if if I pay for one and it's $20, that means that whoever's code I use, they get 15% of that $20. And whoever's getting mine is a happy camper. These are so fun though. I mean, it's made trading way different. Trade my live account, which is fun, but it's not something that I can really share with everybody as much. The prop accounts, it makes it fun to where you can really share and strategize with everybody else because we're all trying for the same rules. We're all trying to do this, a similar thing. So it makes it really, really cool to collaborate. Okay, so I'll get these crosses set up with the correct filters. I don't have the right filters in there right now. I want to put the filters back because we only take trades with market structure, so we wouldn't take those red crosses going down into the 50. And we clear pivots and volume zones by at least 30.
Order submitted.
So now you can see those red crosses disappeared where it was going to tell you to go south, but going into the 50 is probably a bad idea most of the time. Not all the time. More than half, though. All right, I love that name, Leonard. The Trade Sniper. Williams Jr. Oh, thank you. Yeah, kind of do a little quick recap if you're just joining us. I'm Mark Miller, the owner of Right Line Trading. I've got a great team here behind me. Rory, Charles, Sergio, Brock, David, Craig, great team. And we sell software. We develop and sell trading software, but this software package is called the AI Auto Trader. It's a fully automated system trading on the futures markets. We can simultaneously trade, I don't even know what number of the strategies. I probably have 40 or 50 right now set up trading. So it can trade all instruments simultaneously on the markets. And I trade personally. This is the NQ. This is my favorite one to trade. And I trade it because it has such variation. You know, the movements on the NQ are huge. And again, to make only, $1,300 on one trade, I don't even know how many ticks we got. It wasn't very many. Let's just measure it. So we took a trade here on the Haymaker, a version of the Haymaker. We developed, Leonard, we developed some strategies called 50,000 one-day pass, actually for all the different instruments. So if you love trading the ES, I have a strategy set up over here that will, you enable it. And the idea is that you take one or two trades on it, and that it gets you to your pass for the eval only. So these are 50,000 one-day pass for evals, because you can take a big swing with them. You can use 10 contracts on the $50,000 accounts, and you only need 62 ticks to make it past the eval. In this particular one, we were trading some PAs and evals all with one trade, and we were using the trade copier over here. So I had my leader account set up, and I was trading the PAs this morning and didn't get a trade, but I still had them set up. And then we set up 5 evals, and notice that all 9 were in the trade at a time, and we went ahead and moved our profit target down to where we ended up closing this trade at about 27 ticks. So we're using the one-day pass to trade, and we'll get if we do get another green cross, we might take this trade. This pivot might prevent us from getting in it, but we'll kind of see how that pans out here. All right, great. Glad to have you with us. Man, we had a huge weekend too. Appreciate everybody who's new and everybody who's been with us. Man, we had an awesome weekend. Rory said he actually lost count of lifetime memberships over the weekend. I think we sold over 10. So really appreciate everybody for coming to join us, and really try to take advantage of what's going on right now with prop trading, and the accounts and the opportunity that's in front of us. Again, very small trade, but when you just kind of add it up, it gets significant. My eyeballs get real big quick, but 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 plus 300 on each one of them. That's another 2,400. So 10,400. Yeah, 10,400, I think. Oh, there's actually one more. There's one more, I think, there. So it's really $11,000 or $12,000 on one trade. That's a significant trade. Now, is that money in my pocket? No. That's not money in my pocket. So that's where it's a little bit misleading. That's not money in my pocket. That's totally misleading. So this is really, almost on these evals, I still need to make $1,800 more dollars, 17 something. So those are not, towards payday. Now these in the PA accounts, that's kind of a different story. That is real money, but you still have to make it 10 more days and trudge through more trades, so more opportunity to lose it or whatever. So it's not tight, not really money in my pocket yet. So that's kind of our marketing is maybe not exactly the way it ends up being. That's so funny,
Order
Dan.
submitted.
Yeah, good call. We do. Mark, David.
Order
I know.
filled.
That's funny. When I first came here, I bought the company from Mark Sachs. We actually have an email address that's almost the same too. And when I bought the business, I actually put $7 after the major value because we both have an email address. Mine ended at 24/7, his ended at 007. So, I mean, there's just a lot of fun similarities that I've seen along the way here.
Order filled. Order filled.
Kind of stalled here on the NQ. This happens. It's been a real interesting ride recently. We're in all-time highs again, I believe.
Order filled. Order filled.
Yeah, Steven, you need to trade it all 10 days. So once you get to a PA, you have to make a trade a day for 10 days. They don't have to be, 10 days in a row or any of that. It just has to be 10 different days that you take a trade in that account. If you kind of watch Daryl Martin is the owner of Apex Trader Funding. I've kind of watched, several of his videos, and what he kind of asks for is that he kind of wants you to be consistent. That's sort of at the end of the day what he wants, and his team wants is us to be as consistent as possible, because at the end of the day they're going to take the same trades that we take on our PA accounts, and they're going to give us 90% of the money, but they're going to keep 10%. So not only do they get all the money that we pay them in evals, they also make money off our prop trades, our PA trades. So there's kind of a couple of ways that they get paid. So there's an incentive for them to kind of, that's really the kind of unique thing about a prop account is it's sort of a win-win, which is really interesting. Those are hard to find. They are hard to find, and I think it's a win-win. I'm not totally convinced, but I think it is. So these are pretty good discretionary trade opportunities. I said if it breaks through this pivot, that I really like these trades. And I like when they go from levels. Right now it's going 750. It's trying to get, in my mind, to 770. So when I see this red candle pullback, I can just go down here to the next available, in this case, an eval account. I just want to just go double check over here what I'm doing. See my last one that I have open, 60. So now we can take a discretionary trade, just kind of show you the backbone of this particular setup. This one's only 5 contracts. I want to change it to my 10 contract one. So I'm going to do the same trade that basically the 1-day pass. This is basically the setup for the 1-day pass. Get this set right. 2,500, 3,100. We'll go with this stop strategy. This one's a little aggressive. Let's go ahead and loosen this up a little bit. I kind of like this one right here for a discretionary trade. So we can go ahead and take this trade real quick. So to do a discretionary trade, now I kind of got that set up. I usually do, in this case, I want to go positive. Submitted. So I want to do a buy bid. That kind of gives me a better price than a buy market. Buy market would take whatever the asking price is and sell it. I like to do a buy bid. Just gives me a chance to get a little bit better price, the bid price, instead of the ask price. Sometimes if it's a really hot market, it'll run away from you and you won't get filled. So sometimes in a hot market, I'll use buy market or sell market to make sure that I get in and don't get left behind. So we're in on this one on a discretionary trade. Let's see, we'll go take a look at it wherever it is. So it is right here. It's this one, and this gets a little bit complicated. I wish it showed the P&L in the box of P&L when the trade was going on, but it doesn't. Well, the trade is active. The only place to see it in the RTrader Pro is down here in the account balance. So you'll see that number move as this number moves up here. There is a little delay I've noticed between, we'll call it the Ninja Trader platform and the RTrader Pro. If we kind of look at these numbers, so it just went down in the negative, so it's probably down at the bottom. There it is. So yeah, as it goes negative, it kind of goes down into the list here because the list is actively trying to move them to the top. When you get a lot, it makes it complicated. Yeah, if I wasn't doing YouTube Live, I would have probably a totally different setup where I would drag this way up and put it over on the side. But for viewing purposes, I want to try to keep it as clean as possible. So we're in this trade, and our software is super flexible, like I mentioned. So you can drag around your stop and reposition it. What I typically do, I do have the ATM to move set up where if price rises to 20 ticks, this stop will automatically bump up to 5 ticks. So we'll just kind of let this trade play out, see if we can continue to make a new high here. Now our automated system is still engaged and still active. So if it can jump in a trade, it'll do the same thing as well. The setup isn't right for it right now, so it's not even thinking about it. Yeah, it can tell it's in a sideways market. It's not going to take a trade. After using the AutoTrader for a year and a half or so, it just kind of makes it a no-brainer. It just doesn't take trades if the market isn't set up for it. Whereas if I'm discretionary trading, I will take trades. I don't know to stop. If the market's open, you always think it's gonna move, but the data analysis of the system just doesn't fall for it. Kind of go over the leaderboard here. Looks like we've got a few strategies starting to rise up a little bit here. Have this 1 minute that's showing a little bit of good stuff. Been showing a little bit of good stuff over the last couple of weeks. So, like I mentioned earlier, if it continues, we'll put out the new top 30 this weekend because it's going to be a new software set because we developed a new entry signal. So we're gonna look closely at the data, and if we can pull together the top 30. Okay, awesome. So on this discretionary trade, we just went ahead and made profit. Jumped up into the profit target window. On this one, we had the break even pop to 5 ticks with 10 contracts, so that's $500.
Order filled.
No, I apologize. $250. $5 a tick. Yeah, 5 times 5 is 25.
Order
All right, come on,
submitted.
Big Daddy. Here we go. Good trade. Oh yeah, filling them. Got a couple filled. Got 8 of them filled. So that's interesting, isn't it? Had 10 contracts for sale. They went up and bought 8 of them, but I'm still holding 2. A lot of people ask us how we get different, profit numbers at the end of the week. That's how. There's only a certain number of contracts for sale, and if the market only buys so many, the numbers are always different. It's phenomenal. It's really phenomenal how that happens. But I have two of almost the same or I have two of the same strategy on the same machine and get filled at different prices. So there's not a science to the price. It's not like walking into Walmart and buying a candy bar for $1. There's the candy bars run out, and then the next
Order
candy bar they
filled.
say, "Hey,
Stop
give
filled.
me $1.25 for it," and that's the way it works. So hey, we got a good trade there. Had a nice looking trade there. That was number 60. So we got 24.90 on that trade. Now that's in the Apex account. What you notice here is 25.30, but we lost what is it, $40 on commissions and slippage. So that's the way it shakes out. We can go over here and take a quicker look on commissions.
Order
Somewhere it
submitted.
shows commissions on this thing. Yeah, commissions were $39.80, $40. So that's kind of how the Apex accounts work. So there was a decent discretionary trade.
Order submitted.
Really unique how it went up and sold 8 of those contracts and then ran away. Interesting, huh? Yeah, Dan, as far as I understand, the 30% rule is only for the PA accounts, because I've passed ton of evals without on one trade. Tons of them. So I assume they would have stopped me by now. So yeah, but now obviously it gets real serious. Once you get to the PA, you have to follow those PA rules, and the 30% rule is one of those. What that rule means, and let me try to break it down into a dollar, for example. So if I make $1, or if I'm trying to make $1, that means one of my trades I can only make 30 cents. My biggest trade can't be bigger than 30 cents if my goal is $1. So 30% of my profit can only be one of the trades. So for example, you're asking how to lower the ATM, the trade management with contracts or tick size. I'm gonna go ahead and put one in the Discord chat for you on the spreadsheet of what I've been using on the PAs, because you don't want to take such big swings. You don't need a $3,000 trade, because then that has to be 30% of your total profit when you take the withdrawal. And now thinking of 3,000 being 30%, that means I need, get my head straight. Is it 10,000? Yep. No. Would that be 30%? Yes. So I would need at least, 10,000. 30%, 3,000. I would need at least 10,000 on the day that I asked for the withdrawal if I had one trade that got me 3,000 in that account. So you have to be really strategic once you get to PAs, that you focus on what your biggest trade was, but then you have to take several other trades that are, I'll say around that same value. That's what they talk about, consistency. They don't want one trade to be a $3,000 trade, and then for the next 10 days I take a $50 trade on the M&Q. They don't want that. They don't want the one-hit wonders, which I like. I like home runs, but they don't. That isn't who they want to partner with. They want to partner with somebody who's a good trader
Order submitted.
and is a consistent trader for a long, long time. And they want to get you, to be a subscriber too. I mean, let's be real. That's how they make money. So there's a couple of things that sort of they look for. That's kind of the best way I can explain that 30% rule is kind of the sort of the $100 or $10 aspect, and if it's $10, then only $3 can be that one trade. I've been trying on a PA to make about $1,000 per trade. That's what I've been doing. So you kind of just saw that when I was, where did it go? Oh, it moved here. Yeah, on that one trade we made 1,300. That's a good
Order
number.
submitted.
So that can be 30% of my overall profit. Okay, let's see what else is happening. We're getting these little patterns where the NQ kind of gets stalled here. Gets a little bit slow, but what it's setting up for nicely, if we can keep getting a little bit more pullback, this little yellow line get down into the red, and then if we get a upswing, we're in, and we're in big. Go ahead and add another strategy, get this thing rolling here. I think today is the last day for that 90% off. They might come out with it, later this afternoon, or maybe somebody knows they kind of drop things maybe last minute sort of marketing. But I think today's the last day of the 90% off sale. I'm gonna go buy more, even though I've got 50. If you just look, you can make some money really quick. But you're kind of hooked in for a while too. Kind of have this system a little bit tight so it doesn't take a lot of trades. If I kind of look back at trade performance, this robot's alive and working from this one we call the haymaker. It's alive and working from like 8:30 to 8:30 to noon, I think. But it gets about 6 to 8 trades a day. Depends on obviously the market movement. So it doesn't get a ton of trades. All right, we're setting up nicely. If we can find a stopping point down here and take the price and go ahead and move upside here. Okay. Stephen just dropped it in here that the sale goes through Thursday at midnight. The 23rd now, huh? Okay, Orly, same thing. Yeah, I must have missed it. Thank you guys, appreciate that. They do that, and that's awesome marketing. I really respect them for that. But they give me this: don't miss out. It's real. I didn't miss out. I know better. I paid a lot. I bought a lot of accounts at 80% off. So I'm happy to buy them at 90. Really happy to buy them at 90. It's a great partnership. A lot of people are making a lot of money with this stuff right now. Thank you. Appreciate that, guys. Yeah, big time. Okay, Dan, thanks for letting me know that. When you're talking here in a room, you sound like you're the right volume. You don't know what other people are hearing, so thanks for letting me know that. Did that get a little bit better? It's and there is a volume knob here somewhere too. I'm gonna go find it. Okay, awesome. We're getting ready for a trade here. I'm excited. This is exciting. So we got to get this 50 line right here green, but it should, if price continues to move up, which we're hopeful for. If it does, we'll go ahead and get another trade here. And this one is 66. better go check and make sure I don't shut it off at 11. Just check it out. I might have it going off at 11. I don't want to stop it at 11. I just want to let it run a little bit longer. Yeah, it did. So again, that was the sweet spot. Like, that's the best data that we have was from 10:05 to 11. But we'll extend it for today to get a little more trading going on. I should be a little more strategic now that we already have a little bit of money in that account. We don't need 3,100 anymore. We need, what did I say, 1,700? Yeah. We need 1,700. And we'll still say we can lose 2,500 even though we know we can't. We'll just let it break. We don't need 62 ticks anymore. We need 17, which I always got to go back to my calculator every time that happens. We need $170 worth divided by 5 ticks. We need 34 ticks. Okay, we'll break even. Get rid of that. We'll keep that. Okay. So I adjusted my strategy a little bit because we made a little bit of money in those accounts already, so we don't need the exact same as we would have for the one-day pass. And we'll go ahead and set more up on the one-day pass here. Hey, Pat, welcome back. Good morning. Yeah, they want a semi-automated system, Pat, for sure. They don't want high-frequency traders. They want you to have a trading plan and follow it with rules. This auto trader is the best rule maker I've seen. It goes with the same setup every time, which is about right now. About to take this trade. So what I'm watching for, I'm watching this yellow line called the RSI line. It's dropped down into this red zone right here in the chart, and you kind of see it fluttering going up as price increases. So it's kind of waiting for this yellow line to show enough movement in the positive direction to get to this, we call it the 20% line. At the 20% line, we put the cross on the chart. And it won't take that particular trade at that moment. It takes it as that candle closes. So as soon as the candle closes, it'll take the trade.
Order filled.
And
order filled.
So there's the cross. And what I typically do, if I want to manually trade, I would go ahead and grab this one and take this trade and try to finish this one off. I know that the cross just popped in. That means the market's looking pretty good. Could have waited for a little bit more of a pullback, but I'm hopeful that that'll get us enough to get this one over to payday. So I need about $1,000. So I kind of look up here and kind of try to gauge it. I need 1,000. It might break. Who knows? But trying to hope for 1,000 in our direction. This one can only go 2,500 against me. So if it comes back, it'll take the account out and we'll be able to go show you how to get one out of the RTrader Pro, or actually out of Apex. Delete it.
Order submitted.
And up on our screen here, we'll be able to see if it doesn't make it to the account. Hard to keep up with down here in the RTrader Pro.
Order filled.
Keeps moving up and down. There it is. It's number 60 here. That's trading.
Order filled.
We didn't get the trade on our auto trade because it closed red. The cross never really cemented into the chart. It was
Order
active for a
filled.
minute, but then it pulled back and it decided not to take that trade because the setup wasn't looking
Order
good for it.
filled.
I got suckered in discretionarily though and went for it. Let's go look at the leaderboard, see if any strategies. Oh wow, RTY is doing well today. Trying to figure out what to do with those RTY strategies. We almost pulled the trigger on moving them to 10 range over the weekend, but want to collect a little bit more data first. That was a really nice move when we moved the CL from a 15 range to a 10 range. Really put that black gold in the driver's seat. Black gold has been making a lot of money week after week. Doesn't look like I've got any trades on it yet today. I had a little bit of late start this morning.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Okay, so yeah, we lost that one. So we can now go show you how to get rid of an account. You know, boom. We tried to do a manual trade there, and you know we got zonked. We got wicked out there on that trade. We went down too far, 2,500 in the hole. So we lost that account. So now we gotta, we want it out of this dashboard. The ones that are dead, I don't want to see in my dashboard. I only see the ones that are active. So kind of just show a little bit about the dashboard here. So it went from active to what does it say here? Admin only. So we want to go get rid of that one. We don't want it showing up in our Trader Pro dashboard anymore. So we'll go ahead and open up Apex Trader Funding, and we'll go find that account and delete it out of the dashboard. So to do that, I'm going to open this up over here and then just bring it over in a second. So I'm going to assume that that you already set up an account with Apex Trader Funding, and you had an account and you just lost it, just like we did. So the place to go is up here at the top at Dashboard. Click on that, and then we go down and find the account. It's number 60, right here, this one. So this was the one that we just lost. We'll just go verify it. I like to do that, but we can look over here, number 1060, number 1060. So boom, that's the one. We want to cancel it. We hit cancel account. I always hit no need anymore. And then I hit cancel subscription. Now, the next thing I do is go back to dashboard. Go back to that account, 1060. And then you hit this button here, remove from rhythmic dashboard. And then hit remove account. And it's a goner. So it takes about 2 or 3 minutes now for that
Order submitted.
our Trader Pro dashboard to, I'll call it refresh. And it will send like an error message up in the middle of the screen typically that says that it needs to be restarted. And it will restart, you'll hit OK or whatever, hit restart or open up the dashboard again, and it will not be in your accounts. It'll be gone. Okay, it's 11:11 and we've got a trade coming up here. Dr. Jeff, there, that time window that I was showing a little bit ago was for the 50,000 one-day pass strategy. For the evals, if
Order submitted.
you want to get your best shot at passing those, the data supports from 10:05 to 11 with that 50,000 one-day pass on the NQ. That's the strategy that I was looking at. I think, is that what you were asking? So I just heard that little ding in the background. That is the ding that's the error message that just came through from this dashboard. I know you can't see it because it must be behind the chart. For me to get it to show, I'm just going to left click on this dashboard, and then it shows. It says the session expired. It's got to be restarted. So I'm going to log back in. If this candle closes green, we'll go ahead and take that, the auto trader will go ahead and take that trade. All right, great. Thanks, Scott. So if you were, ultra concerned about, not getting paid from Apex, you could, discretionarily trade the crosses. That's the beautiful thing about this system is there's not, you're not boxed in anywhere. Right there, that one was an auto entry, but it was a manual close. So they're going to see that on their end that we're moving around stops and targets. They're not going to, latch onto that, I doubt. Hey,
Order
maybe I'll
filled.
get shut down eventually. I don't know. I don't control that. They do. Yeah, I think if it's not a win-win, they'll shut you down at some point. Whether, however that works. I don't know how financially that would work where they would lose, but who knows? Yeah, we didn't get that trade. Got that red candle there, unfortunately. So Dr. Jeff asked a good question. The key benefits of Signal C. So Signal C, the benefit that I've seen so far is it can catch these trades early. So it's a little bit earlier even than Signal A. But what we do is we have a buffer in there where you can say how many candles from the entry to actually take the trade. So the ones that we're using right now we're using like 4 candles closed, but we're using Unorenco. So that's the big difference. We're using the Unorenco candles. Now, once I start showing Uniranko, I mean, the first time I saw it, my eyes were like googly eye. I was like, whoa, that looks so easy to
Order
trade. Ranko or Uniranko bars, it's like these huge slopes
Order filled.
that happen.
Order filled.
And for discretionary trading, they become, in my opinion, much easier to trade. But those are the big benefits that we've seen so far. And the signal's new to us, Dr. Jeff. When we develop stuff, we only, we work on it, but we don't hold it forever. I'm not a guy who waits 6 weeks or 6 months to see if something's working. If I see it 3 weeks, I'm going to share it with you. I just feel like that's my obligation. The minute I see something that's working, to share it. So I don't hold it for very long. So it's still a little unknown, and we're still, I call it R&D in it. So that's kind of that's the way I've developed. We'll get more of us using it, and hopefully, some of these strategies will continue to rise to the top, and we'll all find out, more information as time goes on. Getting nice pullbacks here. Wouldn't have guessed that we were going to be taking short trades anytime soon, but it looks like we might. All right, we want to take trades here, but the software is kind of keeping us out of them. We sell software as a company, so I own 4 different packages, and I've got them all over. It's hard to resist trading when you have so many indicators giving you signs. But we want the one that's going to, potentially have the best outcome. And it's this one. It's the one that, does all the work for us, the heavy lifting here, data analysis behind the scenes. Kind of take a little broader look at the NQ, see what's been happening. Nice push to the all-time high again today. Looks like we got a nice move in the RTY, having some nice movement. So we're trading 7 instruments simultaneously here with the AI Auto Trader. We've got this thing working in 7 different markets, and we've got 2 different signals that we use. We have a signal A and a signal B. Just as I was mentioning, developed a signal C, so it's another entry that you could use. We just have a few strategies behind the scenes. Again, it's pretty new to us, so only have a few strategies set up, but we're getting that deployed on the rest of the team's machines today, so that we can start getting more strategies set up and test the waters. Got a couple of good ones here. RTY. Let's take a look at that market. That's the benefit of the auto trader, trading all the different markets. You can really see which ones I'll say are worth messing with. So right now I traded the RTY for a long time. It mimics a lot of times the NQ. Now it doesn't look like it today, but a lot of times a lot of these markets will be in lockstep with each other. The 2 that are probably the most closely traced are probably the ES and the NQ. The ES seems to be a bit slower, but it seems to follow a similar trend most of the time. Not all the time, most of the time. And the RTY seems to follow a similar trend line, but today it's got some nice big peaks and valleys. System's taking advantage of it right here. You can look at this entry right here. Nice entry, 947. Again, we trade 1 contract just to be apples to apples. Every instrument we trade 1 contract. That way we don't do no marketing stunts and say, hey, this one's made $5,000 and we're trading 10 contracts. Okay, big deal, of course. Tell me how many ticks you've made off it. That's the difference. So we trade them all one contract. That way, when you look at them and you try to evaluate them of which one to use, the data is all the same. It's all trading one contract. So this one's trading one contract today, and it's made some pretty good trades. So the RTY market is moving nicely today. Catch them right on these crosses. You can see the entries right here. Where those crosses pop on the chart, that's an indicator that we developed that mimics the automated strategy. So as soon as the cross pops on the chart, and as long as the candle closes in your direction, so in this case there's a green candle, candle closed green, it took that trade at candle close and it wrote it up, and it's still in the trade here. Kind of look at the last one right here. It made a little bit of profit on that trade. This one here, it made it all the way to the target. So the cash cow looks like it's sitting at about almost $900 for the day. $850. This trade that it's in right now is $300, so it puts the unrealized value here, and it also adds it to the total P&L for the day. Cool, that's good to know, Leonard, that we're, seeing some similarities in our software. Yeah, I did have one machine running up here this morning, all weekend, so I do have a pulse on what was doing good. Now I got the black gold up here at 415 for the day on my other machine. If anybody else has our system, if you have black gold trading, maybe you could just drop in the chat what it's at for the day. I'd be curious. It's in a trade right now on my other machine. It's down 110 in that particular trade. Let's see if it's in this trade on this machine. We'll see where it is on this machine. So something's going on. It should be trading. Let me go check in strategies and see what's happening here.
Order submitted.
Oh wow. I put it on my live account on Friday, and I must have deleted it today. Oh shoot. I have to rebuild it. So let me show you how to rebuild a strategy. If you accidentally do what I did, I lost it. So do a new strategy.
Order filled.
Go to the RLA Auto Trader
Order
P.
filled.
Go down here to move this thing over for you. Go down here to template. Load it. Just come down here to the bottom. Two contracts. Nope, wrong one. All right, I'm gonna have to do that after the broadcast today. We'll watch this trade. Looks like we're about to get in one over here on the NQ. If we can close this candle, positive direction, we'll do one trade and then we'll close up YouTube for the day. Appreciate everybody joining though so far. Yeah, NQ's a little low volume, Rory. Hope we
Order submitted.
hope we can survive here. Okay, here we go. We jumped in automatically.
Order filled.
We'll go ahead and take this trade. We saw a nice little bump right there. If you guys just saw that, the thing kind of wobbled a little bit as it took that
Order
trade.
filled.
The came in a little bit hot out of that candle close. Came in a little bit hot. So again, on this particular trade, we're trying to get, I believe, around 34 or 5 or so ticks. And if we come back too far, we'll go ahead and lose these accounts from our, let me show you this. This is really important. I don't really even look at it, but it is important. This auto liquidation number. Again, this is your trailing drawdown. So this account can go down right now. So
Order
the
filled.
account balance is, what do we got?
Order
51.5. It can go down to 49.9 or whatever. So you kind of see, oh, boom, boom, we popped up. Awesome. So we're in profit. So we just need to get a little bit higher here. If we can close this thing with this
Order
this
filled.
profit target, we're going to go ahead and make this these evals. Come on, baby. Keep sliding.
Order filled.
Everybody was waiting for that trade. Come on. Another good one here. So we'll watch the P&L. There's the P&L.
Order filled.
All right. Another good trade right there. Move the needle another $1,000 on them. Almost 1,000. This was a good little trade. Again, I think it was, okay, so yeah, we were 1,300, now we're 1,900, so about a $600 trade on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 times 6, 36. About a $3,600 trade on that one right there. That's what it is, you guys. This is the AI Auto Trader. Appreciate everybody joining this morning, watching the Auto Trader in action. System's cranking every morning. In fact, this system runs 24/7. You can set it up. I keep mine on all week, and then keep the data over here live. I do a lot of software development, so this machine goes on and off all week. But other machines that I have, I leave on all week, keep them enabled, and then I just typically double click right here, and then just see which ones are filtering to the top as far as strategies go, and then kind of take a look at them and see if they're worth trading, worth putting on my live account. I typically trade the NQ, so I've been doing this a while. I kind of know the ones that I like the most, but we have them running in every market. If you love the CL, that's actually been our strongest strategy over the last probably 6 to 8 weeks. Our black gold, it's been in the top 5. I think 5 out of the 6, 4 or 5 weeks out of the last 6 weeks or something. So it's been on a real move to the upside. But here today we've got this system trading simultaneously in 7 different markets. So we're rolling. This is the AI Auto Trader. I got a few accounts here we move the needle on. But if you're interested in the Auto Trader, check us out on online at rightlinetrading.com. Everybody, appreciate you joining today. And Dr. Wild, let's take a look. You called for signal B. I haven't seen any NQ signal Bs up in the leaderboard this morning, so we're gonna go ahead and say that it wasn't a good signal B day. It started out looking like it was, but boy, the market stalled right here. Signal B is a trend trade signal, so it gets in a little late on the trend and then rides the trend. And today wasn't, as we can kind of see from the NQ, we hit the wall once we started as a team here at 10 o'clock. It's trading basically at the same price. We went ahead and got a couple of dollars though out of this little sideways move here. So way to go, guys. Appreciate everybody joining today. If you want to learn more, please give us a call there at the number on the screen. Everybody, hope you have good luck today and good luck trading.